What's good, YouTube? It's your boy GanjaVape here once again with a new video. And today, I decided to do something just a little different. Got my microphone here, probably scuffling up a bit. Anyway, I decided to do something a little new and different today. I decided to take a little turn and make a video talking about the things I hate in retail. This video will be specifically about in retail. So sit back, roll a fatty, and light that bad boy. Because you're tuning in to Things I Hate with GanjaVape. Now, before we even get started, I need to load up my rig because it's not enough in there to get me through this sesh. And it probably won't be. I'm going to have to load this up several times. Got some of this Puck Yeah from True Leaf. If you haven't already checked out that video yet, please go check out that video now. That's not going to go on my knee, because if that slides off my knee the same way how that just slid off my knee, I'm going to be pretty mad. Also, I don't know if you guys could tell yet, but I upgraded my soup bowl covers and got some Ray-Bans. Oh, wow. I'm extremely tired. Ray-Bans. Anyway, enough about me bitching and moaning. Let's do a little dab work. All right, and we're topped off, ladies and gentlemen. So, I actually had to go and write this shit down, and it exceeded one paper and started bleeding into another. So let's kick this bad boy off with the first one, shall we? Also, right before I get into it, a little tip with anyone with these Revolve pens. What I like to do to push the new and the old down, once I reload and I have some wax that's from previous vape shatter or crumble or whatever. Excuse me. What I like to do is to just blow into it to push everything down with my breath, and it works. You just blow into it, and you hear those two little pops. That was pushing all the gunk that was covering the air holes. Just pushed it down pretty much to the coils. So yeah, sorry for the extremely long 5-minute intro, everyone. But we're here. Kicking things off. The first thing I hate is people who take empty carts out the store. Listen, you have all your purchases in your hand. Why are you continually pushing an empty cart that is literally costing you more effort and energy to push? than to leave it. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get why people insist on pushing empty carts out the door. Number 2, people who over-exaggerate how dirty the bathrooms are. Ladies, this is more tailored to you. Please stop over-exaggerating because you see a couple balled up tissues on the floor. Because I've seen the bathroom before, ladies. It's literally just a couple of tissues on the floor. Now, when it comes to the point of the different amounts of tampons and pads that you see, that ultimately boils down to you as ladies being cleanly like, however you want to put it, and putting your garbage in the garbage. And don't just, because that's what happens. There's literally no way toilet paper goes from the roll to the floor without some sort of human interaction. It just does not compute. It does not work. So listen, the only way that the toilet paper got on the floor is because there are other dirty ladies that just said, fuck the next lady that's going to come in here. I don't care how they look at the bathroom. I'm going to leave this bathroom nasty and dirty because that's how I was taught. That's what it boils down to. Because every time I hear that line, the bathroom is dirty, it's horrible, it's trashy, I always hear the associates or the manager then say, it's not dirty. Like, amongst ourselves, it's not dirty. It's just a couple of toilet papers on the floor. And then, in the key instances where the men's bathroom isn't working and I have to go to the ladies' bathroom, it's not. I'll say this. The ladies' bathroom is more dirtier than the men's bathroom. But you will then have those days where the men's bathroom is just fucking ran through like a pair of track shoes. Because you'll have these fucking pigs that'll walk in and piss. I'm sorry I'm screaming at you folks, but it pisses me off that you have these pigs that'll walk into the bathroom stall and piss in the wall where the toilet is, but not in the fucking water. You'll see the piss all around the floor, and it's like, clearly you were taught like a fucking animal. You are a fucking animal. And this is why we have jails. You want to act like an animal? We're going to cage you like an animal. And the only thing that's stopping these animals that's not being caged is actually committing a crime that gets them caught. Yeah, this is a rant video if you couldn't already tell. Number 3. Things I hate in retail. People who see associates working recovery in an area and just still go through it and just say fuck the associate's presence. Listen, it's perfectly fine to go in the area while we're working in it, pick up a shirt, pick up a shoe, whatever. It's perfectly fine to do that as long as you put the shit back the way you found it. Because when you go from picking it up and then throwing it and tossing it any fucking which way, people look at you. People look at you. And I'm not just talking about the associates. Because other people see that the associates just sat there and did that. And then watch you pick something up and then just throw it up. People are watching. Remember. Like, how would you feel if you just sat there and mopped your whole house, and then you have your kids or you have your friends just busting your house unannounced, or even if they are announced, and even if you tell them, hey, I just mopped the floor, they're squeaking and squawking all through the floor in their brand new tennises with mud under them. Now, how are you going to feel? How are you going to feel? It doesn't feel nice, does it? When the shoe's on the other foot, the perspective is broadened, isn't it? Y'all got to start thinking more. Start being more mindful. Stop being so mindless. And I'm talking to those people. I'm not talking to my fan base. But there may be some of those in my fan base. I don't know what you all do in your personal lives. I'm just trying to help better you all. Number 4. Customers who feel a certain type of way when asked to close or tie their bags. Listen, you have to understand, theft is a part of this world. Stealing exists everywhere you go. No matter where you go, somebody is stealing. Okay? Okay. Now that we've gotten past that point, when you come in my store and I ask you to close the bag, please, and I'm asking you with the please because I'm taking time out of your day and making it an inconvenience to you to have to do something for me. But I wouldn't ask you to do it if it wasn't because of a policy or guideline that I have to follow. Now, when you then sit there and say, I'm not going to do this in your head, I'm not going to do this, or just look at me and walk away and scoff or laugh or whatever the fuck you do in your little 3 seconds when I tell you to tie your bag, other than tying your bag, one, you make yourself a target. One, I'm going to be watching you along with my other buddies while you're on the floor. So remember that. When I ask a customer to tie the bag, do you then think I'm worried about their tied up bag on the floor? No, because I can then watch them on the cameras. But when you then come in my store and I ask you to tie the bags, please, you look at me, you look at Way, or you look at me and you laugh, you look at me and you scoff, or whatever the fuck you do in your little 3 seconds, remember, you're now a target. You're now a marked person. Remember that. And nobody's done that to themselves but you. Remember who put themselves in this situation. You. You have to remember, theft exists. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't want somebody with this enormously large paper bag, 3 times the size of this regular Dollar Tree bag. You wouldn't want somebody coming in your house with a bag 3 times the size of that, and they just have a couple of stuff in it. I don't mean like just completely empty to where you know they didn't come in here with anything, but I mean they have a couple stuff in their bag. So then when they leave, they now have extra stuff in their bag and you can't even determine which. You can't even determine which. Unless you stop that customer and then proceed to go through their items and check everything to make sure that everything was paid for. And that's all fine and dandy, but when you really boil down to the nitty-gritty of it, at the end of the day, That's what takes the most time. Taking the store protection specialist, SPS, loss prevention, security, whatever the fuck you want to call them, taking them to then check this one customer, to check all their items and make sure it matches everything on the receipt. If you would have just tied your bag from the beginning, 3 seconds, right? Now you got to sit here because you're leaving and you're beeping. Because you're leaving and now the doors are beeping, the alarms are going off. You may not have bought nothing, but now the alarms are going off. You probably didn't even take nothing, but guess what? You got an open bag. The alarms are going off when you leave. You put yourself in a situation. All you had to do within those 3 seconds was tie your bag. Was that so hard? Did I really ask you for money? Did I ask you to take your shirt off and give it to me? The one shirt that was on your back. Did I ask you to really sit down and donate some blood for me? All I asked you to do was tie a bag. Stop making it complicated. You all as the customers make it more complicated than it needs to be. Remember, we have guidelines and procedures we have to follow for your and everyone else's safety. Moving on to the next point. People who act weird or strange after I call them out to my other SPS because they look weird or off. Listen, we're all grown-ups. We're all 18 plus. To those of us who are 18 and plus. That being said, with us being 18 and older, we have a conscious mind. We know right from wrong. We know yes and no. We know up and down, left and right. Listen, you know what you look like when you come out the house. When you walk in the house, when you walk in the store with a wife beater, some baggy pants, some beat up shoes or sandals, you look like you potentially might do something. Not necessarily harm somebody, but you might take something. You might do something that will affect the merchandise in a way that will tamper with it being sold. Understand that. Please understand that. So when you come in the store looking like that, a wife beater, some jeans, some gym pants, jogging pants, whatever the fuck, or you come in the store with a hoodie and the hoodie's up and you're wearing Ray-Bans or dark sunglasses and you got a hat on under the hoodie, listen, I'm calling you out. Listen, don't look back at me because, listen, we're watching you. You're marked. You're targeted. Get over it. Start dressing more appropriately and you won't be targeted. Because it'll be the people that be like, oh, is it because of the way I look, or why you follow me because of the way I look, or whatever? Like, it's because of the way you look why I'm following you. It's because of the way you look why I have to follow you. Because somebody that would walk in the store with a Louis Vuitton suit or Men's Warehouse suit, just an extravagant suit. I'm trying to paint an extravagant suit in your mind. If a man came in with an extravagant suit, dress shoes, hair slicked back, greased, combed, we're not gonna follow that guy. This guy looks like he has money. This guy looks like he's going to make it to the line and make a purchase. You, on the other hand, you look like you might pick up an item, go to a shady part of the store, and then walk out with that item. Understand that. That is why we're following you. Dress appropriately, and we won't have to. Moving on to the next point. This is my all-time favorite, so you know what? I'm going to hold on to this one because it's two. It's two that's just thriving and writhing in me, just ready to come out. I'm ready to explode with them. I haven't even been vaping yet because this has been more of a venting session than a vaping session. Here's one for you. Tourists who go shopping and don't have an exit strategy or plan. This is to all my tourists. If you see this video abroad, understand that not every country, not every state operates like yours. Not the whole world operates the same. And that's what makes it so beautiful. There's so many different stuff, so much different shit. But you have to be aware and you have to pay attention. You have to be knowledgeable of it. To all my tourists, understand that the taxi and the transit system in your country does not apply to our country. It is not the same. I don't really know how else to say it, because I'll have tourists ask me, which way do I wait to the taxi? Where do I wait for the taxi to pick me up? I don't know. I live in Miami, Florida, baby. All I know is you pick up that phone and the taxi will come to you. But these tourists don't know that. So, tourists, understand, when you're touring, make sure you gain knowledge upon your mode of transportation of how you will be moving when you are touring. Because I get it. Uber and Lyft gets expensive. I went to visit my grandma before she passed, God rest her soul, in Georgia last year. On Lyft alone, I spent almost $400 within 2-3 days. So I know it adds up. And you look at the bus and the taxi as a cheaper alternative, but you're gonna have to learn the system, not 100% front and back. I'm gonna say you're gonna have to know which for everything, so you can direct for the next person on how to get somewhere. But you need to know how you are going to get back to your home, to your hotel, to your relative. Because just sitting out here in these streets waiting for a taxi, you're liable to get hit. And I ain't talking about a car. Those who know, know. Those who know, know. Moving on to my next point. People with nasty, horrible attitudes and have children with them. Listen, parents, understand that children are very impressionate. I don't have a child, not one of my own, and I am aware of this. Children are very impressionate. What they see, they like to imitate and mimic. So if you are out here being rude and nasty and evil to customer service people or anyone else, your children are going to pick that up and do the same shit. And then you're going to sit back, wow, where did my child learn this from? Where did they get that from? They got it from you. And this will be around the time when you probably simmered down and calmed out or whatever. And then by that time, your kid's probably snapping on you. And you probably can't whip them in line because nowadays, honestly, nowadays, I feel parents are more pussy and let their kids just run them. Like, that's a topic for something else. Sickness is coming back. Congested nostrils, really. Moving on to my next one. These aren't even people. These aren't even people. Pigs who leave their filth or garbage on the floor or around the store. Newsflash, we have garbage cans. Sorry, I had to yell that out because I don't think some of the fucking jackasses heard me. We have garbage cans. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all a quick little story that's so quick and disgusting, it just makes... I was just doing my daily deed. Hello, welcome. How are you doing today? If you need any help, let us know. Thanks for shopping. Have a good day. A lady comes in. Hello, welcome. She looks at me real quick. She does a little smile, and she's pushing her stroller. The baby's in there. I think nothing of it. Okay, she has a baby. She probably has some quick shopping to do. She probably doesn't have a lot of time. At least she looked at me and acknowledged that I greeted her. Okay? She passed in my book. Then, I come to find out she's leaving all of a sudden. But what? She just got here. Not but 15 minutes ago. And what? The baby's crying. Why is the baby crying? Who harmed the baby? So she leaves. And then we go walking on the floor. Well, I go walking on the floor later. And oh, to my heart's dismay, heavens to Betsy. Folks, you won't believe it. I found a fucking dirty diaper on the floor. Yeah, a dirty diaper. On the fucking floor. I'm sorry, I just had to get that one out. I really had to get that one out. I'm sorry, folks. I just had to because that was just so fucking disgusting. And to the bitch that did that, if you fucking watching this, you are fucking disgusting. I want you to know that. I don't know who the fuck raised you, but they're disgusting. I don't know who the fuck raised them, but they're disgusting. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry, you just fucking trifling, bitch. We got like 3 garbage cans, and you want to fucking just toss it on the floor? You weren't but 10 feet from the next garbage can, bitch. Nasty, lazy ass bitch. If I ever see you on the street, I'm gonna kick your baby leg and make him fall. So hopefully by that time, your baby already walking. Damn, bitch was just nasty. But yeah, like I say, people like that aren't even people. They're fucking pigs. Because this also goes to the people that come in the store with cups and chips and food and just leave the shit all over the place. You're a fucking pig. We have garbage cans. Stop being fucking lazy and go put it in the garbage. Because if I was at your house and I just balled my shit up and just put it on the floor, you wouldn't like that. no. Pick that shit up. Pick that shit up. Oh, but because nobody's right there watching you, you're a fucking pig. We go back on the cameras and we look at you. You're a fucking pig. Moving on to my next point. That was a pretty thick ass point. People who want to argue with SPS/loss prevention about the rules and policies, it's fine to question, but not argue. Listen, if I say, because of the previous point I just said, ma'am, I'm sorry, we can't have drinks or food in the store. Now listen and watch. I just talked to you in a nice way and asked you, please. I pleaded with you. I did not get mean with you. I did not yell at you. I did not curse at you. I didn't even touch you. All I did was talk to you. And I asked for you to please not argue with us. Because you make it harder for not us, but you. Because, like the previous point, when I say, ma'am, I'm sorry, no food or drinks in the store. But why not? Why can't I have drinks in here? The last Ross, I could just walk in there with my drink. I could walk in with my food. Now, I have to point you to the door. And I don't mean leave. I mean literally point you to the door to a sign that states no food or drinks in the store. It's perfectly fine whatever you do at whatever else, but when you come in the store and I then stop you, just know we have a policy, we have a rule that says no food or drinks in the store. Whether or not other people enforce it, that's not on me. That's just not on me. I have nothing else to add to that. But when you walk into my store, when you walk in the GanjaVape store, you better sip that drink. You better gulp that food. Lest we have problems. But as I was saying, all jokes aside, it's perfectly fine to ask questions. Ma'am, I'm sorry you can't come in with the drink, but why not? At the last store, they let me come in with the drink. You see how I then responded with the same energy? I didn't go to just radical levels and start going off the wall. I respond calmly and I started asking questions. Why can't I come in with the drink? Well, ma'am, I'm sorry. We have a sign outside on the door that says no food or drinks in the store. And plus, if you spill it, it then becomes an inconvenience. Are you now paying attention? Because I'm pretty sure every customer doesn't walk around with a roll of napkins just for that moment they spill their own latte. I'm just saying, and I'm just speaking from experience. So I ain't exactly wrong. And that also goes for the bag tying rule. Why I gotta tie my bag? I ain't gonna steal shit. I didn't say you were gonna steal shit, but now I'm thinking you might steal some shit. It's fine to question, not argue. Next point is associates that act like this job is just like high school. Cliques, rumors, and side talk. All of that shit you will find. But listen, high school is pretty much just a microcosm of what you'll find in the real life. Like, honestly, ever since I got out of high school, I honestly feel like I'm still in high school because of the people that I'm meeting. And it may just be because a lot of the people still have the high school mentality. I'm not going to lie. I still have my high school mentality. But compared to some of my friends, a lot of the peers that I have, not really so much friends. Compared to a lot of the peers that I have, I'm winning. I'm just trying to do better. Moving on to my next point, because that was a little quick one, honestly. Associates that go into other associates' lunch bag or box. This has not personally happened to me. Lord, I pray for the day somebody go in my fucking bag. This happened to a dear friend of mine. Keep hitting my microphone. This happened to a dear friend of mine that used to work with me. Somebody went in his lunch bag and stole his Gushers. Now, ain't that just the dumbest thing? It's just fucking retarded, ain't it? And he even said he would have been fine if they took a water. But the fact that they took his Gushers was what upset him. I feel you, bro. Because I always walk around with like 3 or 4 bottles of water in my lunch bag. Like, if I walk in there one day, get my lunch bag, and 1 bottle of water is missing, I literally would not know. So if you was that one person, damn, I need a water bottle. Oh shit, I see his bag is open. Let me just get 1 water. Like, bro, take the 1 water. Go. Like, because in a sense of that, water is a necessity. You need water to live. You don't need Gushers to live. Gushers is a fucking luxury. Moving on to my final point that I have right now. People who aren't aware or notice their surroundings. This is a big point, but it's not my final point. Oh boy. I might have to load up for this one. First, let me check where I'm at. Basically, open your fucking eyes, people. That's basically what I want to say with this point. I'm tired of people trying to take a cart out the store when you have a fucking 5-6 inch pole in your face telling you can't. Got people, oh, why can't I take the cart out? I don't know, genius. Look up. I almost caught an aneurysm right here because I was about to say I had a genius look up. Actually fucking look up. In 10 seconds could not find the pole. Could not find the reason he could not leave. I'm like, these are the people that are allowed to operate vehicles? These are the people that are allowed to walk around in the world? People, be aware, please. You don't know how many times I'll have people just lifting up the cart and forcefully trying to push the cart out. Not everything is with force. Listen, if the carts were meant to go outside, I'm sure they would just go outside like they do at Walmart, like they do at Publix, like they do at Frisco, like they do at Home Depot. What the fuck? It makes no sense. Here's another point I'm going to add on. People who really aren't aware of their surroundings. When I just told this person the cart can't go outside, and now you're trying to take the cart outside. What are you doing? I'm sorry, they just really got me heated. That physically gets me heated. Because it's like you're really not paying attention to anything around you. Somebody could have got shot over here by the door. And you come up with your cart. Oh, a dead body. What happened? Oh, okay. Why can't I take my cart outside? Well, I don't know, genius. I just told him why he couldn't. And my friend wants me to start making video game videos. Don't get me started. Don't do that. Anyway, everyone. Thank you for letting me bend on y'all ear, numb on my jaw, jack on my jaw, I should say. That's just a little vape vent. A vape vent, that's what it is. But actually, it's things I hate with GanjaVape. So let me know down in the comments if this is something you would like to see more of. Also, let me know down in the comments if any of you have experienced any of these working or shopping at retail. I would love to hear y'all comments down below. Anyway, everyone, this has been GanjaVape. Stay high, guys. Fuck yeah.